What I'm about to tell you will completely blow your mind, and at the same time, give you priceless insight into how all girls think and behave. And with an understanding of this insight comes great power that any man can wield, regardless of age, background, location, or experience of it. When the word alpha is mentioned, most guys think of a large gorilla or lion, which is great because it makes things easier to understand. But the way that most guys think of alpha is completely wrong. The modern day alpha isn't some wildly strong dude who runs around shouting and pounding anyone who resists him into a pulp. The word alpha, more than anything else, represents a mindset, or a way of thinking that completely defies what most guys today are brought up to believe. Something that they don't teach you in school, and something that your parents will never tell you, is that girls instinctively see only two types of men, and they are accustomed to dealing with one far more than the other. As mentioned in a previous video, we are currently living in a sea of beta males, so these are the types of men that girls are used to dealing with. The truth is that the real alphas of the world are rare. Many of the alphas are natural, meaning they naturally have massive amounts of testosterone coursing through their bodies, and others, through repetition, have learned to become an alpha. All girls, in the first few moments of interacting with a guy, instinctively know whether or not he is an alpha or a beta. And this instinct is what determines how she will behave around him. The word instinct means to know something without conscious thought. It's that feeling that you get in your gut when something in your environment isn't quite right, but your conscious mind can't or won't recognize the truth. Pretty much all girls are born with an instinct for reading people that is several times more accurate than the people reading instinct of men. And it's this instinct that allows them to quickly know when they are in the presence of an alpha or a beta. The number one sign that a girl displays when she believes that she is in the presence of an alpha is doing things to make him happy. And these things consist of several aspects of body language and other signals, which you will learn shortly. Another key insight here is recognizing how a beta behaves when in the presence of girls. In the same way that girls begin to behave in a way that is pleasing to the alpha, men who girls would categorize as beta behave in this exact way towards girls, meaning they constantly aim to please them and make them happy. It's so important to remember that alpha is a state or a frame of mind. It is a way of thinking and behaving. Being able to recognize the instinctual signs that a girl perceives you as alpha or beta brings with it great power and momentum. According to an old saying, actions speak louder than words. And this is especially true in the case of girls. I remember in middle school and high school, pretty much all girls would speak loudly about how they hate players and how they can't stand the guys who are always getting into trouble. But then, when nobody is looking, it is these exact guys who the girls would hook up with, rather than the guys who they would describe as being kind and sensitive. Studies actually show that when given a choice, girls would rather share one high-value alpha male than stay with a loyal beta who most people would consider to be a loser. In one of my previous videos, I talk about the subconscious signals that girls give off when they are attracted to a guy. And many of these signs are exactly what you'll see from a girl who believes that she's in the presence of an alpha. Things like the hair flip, or constantly fiddling with her hair, or biting her lower lip are all common signs. But these signs are like the branches of a tree, meaning they're all connected to a larger, much more important signal. And the main, underlying signal that a girl gives off when in the presence of an alpha is submission. In other words, the biggest tell is her body language. If a girl perceives you as an alpha, she will look at you with wide eyes and position her body in ways that are instinctively meant to be pleasing for your eyes to look at. This behavior from the girl will almost seem ditzy, and you'll get that feeling in your gut, telling you that she likes you and wants you to approve of her. This behavior and these signs that girls regularly give off while in the presence of an alpha are the same exact signals that many men give money to dancers for. Sadly, for most men, these signals are completely foreign because most men carry the beta mindset. So all they ever get from girls is the boring, unattractive behavior that you would expect a girl would give to a guy who she perceives as beta. The other, extremely telling sign that a girl perceives you as alpha occurs when a girl pursues you. It's really that simple. Girls will always chase the guys who they perceive to be alpha because since the alpha frame is so rare, it is instinctively viewed by girls as extremely valuable. On the other hand, beta men are the guys who are always chasing girls. But it is important to understand that the word chase simply means to seek approval, meaning girls are always seeking the approval of the alpha, and beta men are always seeking the approval of girls. I remember back in middle school, I messaged this girl on social media and met up with her a couple days later. After this meetup, she became infatuated with me, but I ended up spending most of my time hanging out with my buddies and meeting up with girls that I was more attracted to. During this time, this girl would text me constantly, make herself available anytime there was even a tiny chance that I would meet up with her, and she would basically pursue me in every possible way, including using her body language when I was with her. This is precisely how a girl acts when she perceives you as alpha. Understanding the signs that girls give off when they're in the presence of an alpha or beta will allow you to gauge your progress in terms of how you present yourself to and behave around girls.